You pick up a single slimy bone. Oh! Every sense tingles with the feeling of danger. The eye sockets of the skulls glow with deadly energy. Even the hut looks hungry.
So, did you get it? Show me. I won't let you in without it.
You put the bones into the huge mortar. Now what? You work the pestle back and forth in the mortar. It's hard work, but after a while you manage to grind the bones into a fine bone meal with almost the consistency of flour. You fill the flask with powdery bone meal from the mortar.
Looking good. Now show it to the head skull over there and get out of the way fast if you don't want to add rump roast to the barber's menu for the night.
The skulls appear to have stopped flashing their lasers. You pick up the pie. It's been cooked to a delicate golden brown.
Hey, bird legs! Squat!
You feel a sense of menace and the sensation of being watched. You quickly step out from under the trap. A moment later, you hear the voice of Baba Yaga.
Not very trusting, is he, kids? Good. It's not like I trust him. Floor, quick! Make him stick!
You find your shoes stuck to the floor.
Spirits of the swamp and mire, aid me in what I desire. Creatures of the mist, beings of the fog, turn this human into a cute hedgehog. I have a sudden craving for a Tiggly Wiggly. Perhaps some hedgehog grog. Hedge Piggly Swiggly and Pig Newtons. What's that you say? Elderberry pie. Oh, darn. He was bringing that here, wasn't he? I don't suppose a Piggly Wiggle can get the pie from his backpack, could he? Particularly if his feet are stuck to the floor. Oh, pity. Spirits of the mist and more, restore this man as he was before. So, now my dining delight, do you have what I asked for? The floor is the one with the spell on it. You just happen to be stuck with it. There's a nasty rumor going on about a certain hero who's about to be fricasseed if he doesn't give me... That smells delicious, just the way we like it, fresh from the fire. So, let me think. How should I reward you for such a lovely pie? Well, Kitty, should we just fry him now, or for an entree have green spleen casserole with roast leg of man? Oh, all right, I suppose he did do us a favor. It wouldn't be polite to eat him now. Besides, he may be useful in the future. So what is it that you want as a reward for your lovely pie?
You tell about the gnome and how he wants his humor back.
Humor, is it? You want a sense of humor. I'm not sure the gnome really had a sense of humor, making fun of poor old ogresses. Oh, all right. Take this good humor bar and give it to the gnome. I suppose there is nothing more pathetic than a gnome who can't tell a joke.
You take the good humor bar and put it away.
You've got what you wanted, and I've got what we wanted. Tasty treat, now retreat.
Well, I guess she liked the pie, or you would have taken its place.
Still you remain. It is a wonder you have managed to live so long.
A squeaky voice from beyond the door says... A voice from behind the door says, "Oops, sorry." You have just gained the paladin ability to sense the presence of danger.
He goes up to the innkeeper and asks for some stew to eat. The innkeeper looks nervously at the necrotor and asks the man what his pet will eat. And the guy replies, "Anyone he wants." Not bad, eh?
You hand the gnome the good humor bar.
What's this? You trying the old hot pepper bar on me? Hey, I'm the professional, kid. Don't try this at home. Not on a gnome, anyway. Hey, it looks good, though.
He eats the good humor bar.
Not bad. Pretty good, actually. Hey, I feel funny. I mean, really funny. What was that thing?
You tell the gnome about Baba Yaga and the good humor bar.
Thanks, pal. Guess this yuck's on me. This jester just can't thank you too much. You're my hero, Nero. My main man, Stan.
You walk over to the chair and sit down. A loud and rather embarrassing noise causes you to get back up again. Apparently you forgot whom you were dealing with for a moment there.
So you got by with a pie, aye? My. Always knew the way to Baba's heart was through her stomach. Probably someone she ate. You know what they say about cannibals? Always having a few friends over for dinner. Do you know why gnome jokes are so short? So that they won't go over the dwarves' heads! There's no point in telling a dwarf a joke with a double meaning. He won't get either one. Judging from the expression, what you don't know can't hurt you, dwarves are practically invulnerable. Of course, far be it from me to say that all dwarves are just plain dumb. Most are pretty greedy, too. Dwarves get their money the horde way. They won't even spend the time of day. Dwarves don't care how people treat them, as long as they do. Of course you know what you got when the singing dragon fell into the dwarf mine. A flat miner. And on that note, let's change the subject. I am so happy that it reminds me of the time Dimlet the dwarf came across a magic ring in the bazaar in Shapir. He rubbed it, and lo and behold, out comes a genie. I will grant you 3 wishes, said the genie. Well, for my first wish, I want a purse that's always filled with gold, says Dimlet. So shall it be done, said the genie. There before Dimlet appeared a purse. He turned it over, and a pile of gold spilled out on the desert sand. Again and again he turned it over, and more gold covered the ground. Master, you do have 2 more wishes left, said the genie. Oh, that's right, said the dwarf. Well, give me 2 more of these. Let me tell you, I'm every bit as happy as Dimlet was. A flying rumor never has any trouble making a landing. I heard that the shopkeeper's husband left her because she was such a scold. She was a person who was quick on the floor. When she wanted his opinion, she gave it to him. Well, now that I'm back in the funny business, it's 1 more show and I'm back on the road. I'm going to show these yokels that he who laughs last just didn't get it. Some people spread happiness wherever they go, others whenever they go. Fortunately, you are the former. If you was the latter, you'd probably have a few rungs missing. Before you blow, Joe, I figure I owe you one. I'm gonna let you in on a secret only we gnomes know. I'm gonna tell you the ultimate joke. Don't wince, Vince. This is straight, mate. You tell this one, and whoever hears it is gonna laugh. Really laugh. Can't help it, can't stop it kind of laugh. Only works once, and should only be used in last resorts, Mort. It's the last laugh, so to speak. The best jest to the west. Yours for the telling.
The gnome tells you a rather silly joke. You find yourself laughing despite yourself.
See what I mean, Gene? Tell this joke to a big bad dude that's out to do you in, then exit while he's laughing. Use it or lose it. Bye-bye, birdie!
Besides the ones that come in here in the evening, there are quite a few others. You probably have met the shopkeeper, the gravedigger, and the burgomeister. And then there's Nikolai and that crazy Dr. Cranium. He is a harmless old man who wanders around looking for his dead wife. It must be a shame. The shopkeeper knows everything that goes on in...
There's only a certain amount of punishment your body can stand on any given day. Well, well, Ah, you feel much better now. After some rest, you greet Igor. Igor looks up at you.
This cemetery. This where dead people buried. Igor buried them. Grave, hole in ground. Put person in when dead. Well, technically only large one crypt. Crypt of Borgovs. Smaller building tomb. Not certain what distinction myself. Oh, Igor got key to crypt. Igor keep key to crypt. No disturb crypt. Not nice.
You say Igor watches you for a second, then... This headstone does not have an epitaph. Yet. How about that old one? Death is just nature's way of telling you to slow down. No hurry. No hurry. They'll put you in one of those in good time. The gravestone is cold to the touch. This gravestone is marked, "No effort could Elissa save. She passed into a watery grave. Her body was lost, only her memory remains." Here lies Janos, faithful forever to his lost true love, laid beside her empty grave.
Hello.
You have a strong warning sensation. It is definitely dangerous to be here right now.
One and two and three make six. Who hides her hut behind trick sticks? Magic message. Bushes here. In the rhyme with disappear.
Would that be Baba Yaga in her chicken leg hut you try?
Baba baby, that's the one. An ogress who is loads of fun. Baba Yaga, ogress fine. She makes magic with a rhyme.
Welcome again. It is so good to speak with you as always.
The woods around here seem almost frightening at times. When you arrive, I know it is only my imagination that makes me nervous. Good day. We never did have any children. Olga... I have heard the wolves howl at night, but who is to say that they are werewolves? Fair. May the sun and the moon keep watch over you.
After some rest, you feel better. After some rest, you a shiver of cold comes over you. You sense no danger, but even so, you find yourself afraid.
There is one for whom I weep. She lies in her watery grave, her heart broken by a lover untrue. Speak with the gypsies on how to free her spirit. Free the Rusalka and heal her sorrow.
You hear movement on the other side of the door. After a few minutes, you hear someone removing the bar and unlocking the bolts on the other side of the door.
So you're back. No, it's your front. Take a seat. No, take two. They're small. I got a joke just for you, so don't look so sheepish. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and all you others. I'd like to say how glad I am to be here. I'd like to say it. Seriously, folks, staying at the Hotel Mordavia has been like staying at a resort. A last resort. My room is so small, the mice are hunchbacked. I couldn't even complain about the room service. There wasn't any to complain about. And the innkeeper's wife really went out of her way to make me feel at home. She ignored me completely. I wasn't feeling well, so I went out to visit the local doctor. You know, Dr. Cranium. He's the guy with the 3 pairs of glasses, one for nearsightedness, one for farsightedness, and one to look for the other 2. I said to the doctor, my heart keeps making a strange noise. It keeps going tick, tick, tick. Aha, said Dr. Cranium. We have ways of making you talk. Next, I went to visit the local store. If you don't know what's up, then you haven't seen their prices lately. And the shopkeeper, what a gossip. She suffers from acute indiscretion. I I dislike repeating gossip, but what else can you do with it? And boy, oh boy, the monster's in this place. If I ever come face to face with a revenant, I know what steps I'd take. Long ones. What would I do if ever I saw a Necrotor? Hope it didn't see me. Actually, folks, I'm up here for a good reason. A jester's ambition is to be healthy, wealthy, and wisecracking. If it weren't for my friend the hero over there, I couldn't make a hyena laugh. So, when you've lost your wit, broken your funny bone, and none of your puns are fun, it helps to have a hero handy. You know, that reminds me very little of the story about the gravedigger who was so bored he buried himself in his work. You know, I could tell you some more jokes, but you'd only laugh at them. So long and be good. If you can't be good, then be careful.
The gnome takes a deep bow and gets down off the stage. That's funny, you always thought he got down off a duck. Ha! The townspeople explode into spontaneous applause.
Keep smiling. It makes people wonder what you've been up to. So, was that funny, or are you just keeping your mouth shut?
It's good to have my wit about me again. Nothing worse than someone who can't take a joke or one that tries to tell one and can't. Before you help me, whenever I tell it...
Did you hear the one about the dwarf who is so dumb, he always stops to think and then forgets to start again? Everything that's said to him goes in one ear and out the other. There's nothing there to block traffic. I can tell dwarf jokes all day, mainly because there are none around to stop me. In another minute, I'm gonna say my bye-bye and fly. I'm going south for the winter, down where the nights are balmy, and so am I. Heading for Silmaria, land of winter waterland, where there's no snow nor cold wind to blow. Up here, the winter is so cold, even the wind howls about it.
Your voice is lost in the noise of the crowd, and the gnome doesn't seem to have heard you.
The gnome was very odd and said very strange things. Yet Mr. Bones was very funny this time, and I enjoyed listening to him. There will be no more entertainment acts at this hotel. Understood? At least not until a new, funny entertainment arrives. I think I am sorry to see the strange gnome leave. It was odd being able to laugh again, if only for just a moment.
It doesn't... You un...
Well, it's so long, it's been nice to know you. I like you. I have no taste, but I like you. If you ever make it to Silmaria, look me up. I never forget a friend, especially if he owes me money. But seeing as how it's me that owes you one, I'd better get while the going's good. See ya, and don't take any wooden kopecks. So, everyone, I'll leave you with this story. A man runs up to his doctor and says, "Doc, you gotta help me. I keep thinking I'm a goat." The doctor asked, "How long have you had this delusion?" The guy replied, "Ever since I was a kid." Ba-da-boom. That just goes to show ya I'm one bad dude. It's been sheer pleasure here, but I'm gonna take it on the lam and just bleed it. Be seeing you.
You awaken as the sun begins to rise. It's a garlic soufflé, Mordavian style.
Besides the ones that come...
Look, he is safely locked away. We should wait a bit to see if the gravedigger shows up.
Well, there you go. Igor's missing. That ties it. The little weasel never goes anywhere, for crying out loud.
Yeah, except when he's with that wacko, crazy, cuckoo doctor.
Why else would that gypsy be so darn close to town? He got a taste for meat.
It was a full moon outside last night, I'm telling ya.
Yeah, somebody's going to jail. Justice must be served, even for that little gravedigger.
Justice? We don't even know if a crime has really been committed. Just relax. Go home or to the inn. The gypsy goes nowhere. We can decide what to do later.
But we...
Later. Go home.
You say, hello, to the group.
Ah, the stranger. Have you heard that Igor was killed and we...
Will you stop saying that? We only know that Igor is missing.
But we already have Igor's murderer.
We have a gypsy, that is all.
But you know that all gypsies are werewolves.
I do not know that, and neither do any of you. If you would stop listening to old wives' tales and start thinking, you'd realize only that the gravedigger is missing, and all else is in your imaginations. The gravedigger is missing, and the gypsy just happened to be near the front gate when we were searching for Igor. He is suspected of being a werewolf and of having eaten Igor. It will take more than talk to set the gypsy free. You can talk to the gypsy yourself. He hasn't said much to anyone. Sometimes I think Mordavia is cursed. We live with so much real and present danger that we start to imagine things and overreact. Just because some folks find a gypsy when Igor is missing, they blame the gypsy. Now everyone in town thinks the gypsy is a raving werewolf out to eat us all. They act like frightened fools. Igor is missing, and the townspeople seem sure that this gypsy is the cause. I am not so sure myself, but there's very little I can do until Igor is found.
The gypsy ignores you. You tell the gypsy that you will do whatever you can to help prove his innocence and see his release. The gypsy doesn't seem to believe you.
Well then, go do something instead of standing around talking with everyone. It is possible that the gravedigger is still alive. If you are going wandering outside of town, please watch for him. Calm down.
Yeah, well, that's...
Yeah.
That gypsy...
Yes. If I cannot find out what happened to Igor before tomorrow, you shall have your burning.
You hear a monstrous groaning noise from beneath the fallen tombstone. Perhaps a horrible monster waits below. After some rest, after some After some after some after after some re- after you
There is...
the massive gate to this town is you feel you feel the sensation of floating freely in a swirling cloud of magic. You are warm and safe, surrounded by the sound of peaceful beauty. You feel as if you are suddenly totally alive. You can remember every happy moment of your past, taste every favorite sensation, hear all the colors of the universe. This is the true joy of living. Suddenly, you find yourself trapped by darkness. You cannot breathe. The darkness is tearing the warmth, life, and magic from your body. Pain! The agony of lungs without air, the burning cold of a body trapped in ice, the terror of helplessness as death approaches. You float, cold and lifeless. You awaken as the sun begins to rise. You wake in a cold sweat. You remember every detail of the nightmare as though it had really happened to you. After you don't have any rations.
I say... Let's...
No, I will not allow it.
Hey, you said that we should wait for proof that Igor was killed.
Right.
That killer's gotta pay for Igor's death.
Please, give me more time. Wait at least until tomorrow before burning the gypsy.
What are you, a broken record over here? We can't wait much longer. He's gotta fry!
Have you heard? Igor, the gravedigger, is missing. They say the gypsy did it. We may have a werewolf on a stake soon.
Tell Olga that Boris doesn't see any reason to keep the shop open when there's nothing left to sell.
No business. You just tell that man about my avocado. There's my husband.
Up. Up. You have returned to this wonderful place between worlds. You are again filled with the joy of being truly alive. You find yourself dancing at the heart of the cosmos. You spin and the universe swirls with you and around you. Suddenly, something calls out to you. You feel a coldness rapidly devouring you. You falter in fear as you remember what happened the last time you were here. The voice calls again, and you feel trapped, helpless. The closer you get to that voice, the greater the fear. It is a voice of pain, a voice of death. You flee in terror. You awaken as the sun begins to rise. You wake in a cold sweat. You remember
By my blood and by my death, I curse you all! As I die, so shall you all!
you hear a monstrous groaning noise from beneath the fallen tombstone. Perhaps a horrible monster waits below.
Igor saved! Kind stranger saved Igor! Good kind stranger! Igor happy grave, not Igor's grave! Urgh.
The gypsy is gone. Welcome back. I suppose you've heard all the latest news by now. The gypsy is no longer my prisoner. Good riddance. I would not have enjoyed burning him at the stake. I'm just glad this whole thing is over. I hope this is the last of people disappearing mysteriously around here. The townspeople are foolish sometimes. They want easy answers instead of difficult solutions. Farewell. Farewell. And thank you for helping, Igor. I did not believe the gypsy was guilty, and I did not want to burn him at the stake.
I heard that someone burned down the old monastery. Isn't it strange how you were seen around that building recently? So, you haven't been eaten?
Tell Olga that Boris doesn't see any reason to keep the shop open when there's nothing left to sell.
No business. You just tell that man about my avocado and garlic sandwiches. People come in and buy them all the time. If Boris talks to you again, you tell him I'm fixing his favorite sandwiches. Avocado and garlic and pumpkin wheat bread. Oh, he used to love those.
Tell
You take care. As my lost husband used to say, may all your travels lead somewhere.
Igor, very glad not to still be in grave. You Igor's friend now. Good to see you.
to tell Igor the townspeople were worried while he was gone.
People miss Igor? You tell Igor a rumor? Igor now morgue happy than ever. Morgue happy, get it? Little graveyard humor there.
You tell Igor how you figured out he was stuck in the grave.
Lucky for Igor, you persistent hero.
It does.
Igor not give crypt key to strangers. You not stranger. Igor give crypt key to you. Oh, reports of Igor's demise greatly exaggerated. Grave accident? Little graveyard humor there. That good one. I like it. Igor carve headstone near grave. Igor fall in grave. Gravestone fall on grave. Igor not get out until you get him out of grave. Igor in grave danger. A little graveyard humor there. Staff been in town long time. Dimitri's grandfather brought Staff to town. People say Doctor mad. Doctor not mad. Doctor just crazy. Oh, people not like gypsies. People think gypsies steal things. People think gypsies eat people. People think gypsies not normal like Igor.